Welcome back to Meet in the Lobby. This is the podcast where hospitality meets innovation.
I'm Dorien Murphy.
And I'm Melissa McCormack. We're your hosts. So, Dorien, great to be back. Got to tell me what's new.
So I just had the chance to really tap into my mentorship being, right?
Oh, I like
I
that.
just attended this conference in Charlotte for collegiate hospitality students, and I was able to sit on a panel. We were chatting about non-traditional careers in hospitality, which is so much fun because sometimes, I mean, I'm a graduate of a hospitality program and of culinary school and whatnot, and the tracks that you hear about are becoming a hotel manager or a restaurant GM, but I wanted to bring the lens of procurement to the sphere of opportunities for college students. So that
I
was
like
that
that.
was a ton of fun. But Melissa, while I was there, I had 2 extra seconds to catch a little bit of TV, and I saw this program called Skyscraper Live. Like this guy named Alex Harnold
Oh,
free
yeah.
climbed this building called Taipei in Taiwan. It's the largest building in Taiwan. And he did it without ropes or anything like that. He is nuts. Have you ever done anything nutty like that?
That's a good question. I'm fairly risk averse. I like to stay on the ground for the most part, unless I'm in a plane taking me somewhere pretty cool. Um, But, thinking back, with my vacations, one time I was in Thailand and I was in an area of Thailand that has a lot of limestone cliffs. And I thought, this is going to be a great view from the top. And so my spouse and I were walking around and we found this area that had I'll just say it's a questionable rope. I don't know how safe it was dangling from the side. And it had knots in it. And I'm like, oh, people have climbed this before, right? And so we climbed it. It took us probably a little bit longer. I mean, we're in our 40s, but I feel like we're good. And we got to the very top, and our legs were shaking, our arms were shaking, because when I say that this is a sheer cliff, you have to look at the area that we were in, which is in the Krabi province, and it was absolutely insane. Now, the view was incredible. And then we realized, how are we going to get back down? How are we going to do it? We had to find that questionable rope again and slowly and shaking in our arms and our legs bring us down to the bottom. So I posted pictures of it because I was very proud of myself and it was very beautiful, but nobody really understood the true struggle behind that photo. And it took about 3 days for us to be able to walk normally again.
Oh my gosh. You have to share the pictures with me.
I
I need to
will.
see this.
I will share the
Um,
pictures. But what have you ever done anything crazy or
so
questionable when it comes to putting your life at risk?
no, because I like my life, right? I like to stay at sea level as much as possible
Love
because
that.
that means I only have to fall 6 feet from the air. That's how tall I am. I just fall from the ground, which I love. So a few years ago, my wife surprised me with a trip for our anniversary to Nicaragua.
Love it.
And we stayed at this resort esque property in the middle of the Nicaraguan jungle, and one of the things you could do was sloth hunting on horseback.
Hold on. Pausing you. Did you say sloth hunting?
Yeah, yeah. I said sloth hunting, but I mean we were out there with machetes, and we were more doing sloth looking, not sloth hunting. I
Okay, I
can't.
was gonna say, we're
I buy
done.
my animals already cleaned and ready for cooking from the store. I'm not going to do it myself.
Not those beautiful baby sloths. All right,
Yeah,
perfect.
no.
Thank you for clarifying.
But we did that on horseback. We saw a few way up in the trees, and I would say that is about as adventurous as I get, because again, I'm clumsy. I would have had that rope, and I would have fallen off that rope. So
Yeah, know your limitations. But I have to say, though, taking a machete and hacking your way through the forest in Nicaragua, that is something that I think deserves a story like this.
yeah,
Absolutely.
it was a lot of fun.
Good.
Well, In our last episode, we explored how wellness is redefining guest expectations. Today, we're going to continue that conversation with Peloton's perspective on what's next.
Yes, and helping us to break that down and break down Peloton's research into guest wellness preferences is Courtney Nolan. She's the Senior Director of Partnerships at Peloton. Courtney, welcome back to the podcast.
Hey, Melissa. Hey, Dorien. Great to be back.
Yes. Now, before we jump in to the information about Peloton, I've got to ask you, do you have any crazy vacation stories?
Well, you two certainly have done some crazy things. I don't know if mine will live up to that, but I did go visit Moreton Island many years ago off the coast of Brisbane with my sister who was studying abroad there and my mom. And for those of you who don't know, Moreton Island is a desert island, and they have these sand dunes that go up, 20, 30 feet high. And we went sand dune surfing,
Fun.
which was so exhilarating. And again, I'm risk averse, just like you, Melissa, not something I would find myself doing normally. But it was so much fun. I would say what made this particularly risky, though, was that Moreton Island had 5 different types of spiders that inhabit that island that with one bite could kill you. So it wasn't so much the sand dunes that were the risk part of it as much as it was encountering one of these spiders. So luckily we had no spider encounters, and it was a really fun, exhilarating time. But be careful if you're ever on Moreton Island.
That sounds like so much fun, and that is something I can get behind because you're just kind of like sliding down. Was this more of like snowboarding in the sand, or was it like bobsledding in the
No.
sand?
They just gave you like a piece of plywood and you figured it out. So I just went on my belly and zoomed straight down as fast as I could. But yeah, it wasn't a particularly sophisticated operation.
Oh my gosh, stop it. That's hilarious. But Dorien, you said you didn't want to fall more than 6 feet. So if you're starting on your stomach, you're good to go.
Oh yeah, I'm good to go. And I'd be in the middle. I'd imagine it was rather warm, and I would probably have a turtleneck on just like this one to protect myself from the spiders. To jump back into the mix on this, Peloton's report highlighted that guests are willing to pay $40 more per night for in-room Peloton access. How are you helping hotels integrate these offerings in a way that drives ROI?
We mentioned that in our last episode that you're starting to see these wellness solutions pop up in room. And what we found is fitness and wellness options in guest rooms is a quickly growing opportunity for hotels. We've worked with our partners to design in-room fitness programs that are really a win-win for operators and their guests. For the operator, they can purchase Peloton equipment to place in a guest room and then charge a higher ADR for that booking. And we will support these hotels with merchandising, adding in-room amenities that support this program, and really helping them identify how to generate guest demand and how to maximize the ratio of these in-room solutions with their general guest room population. For the guests, they get an incredible cardio and strength workout right in the comfort and privacy of their guest room. We see especially high engagement among business travelers at large conference-oriented hotels because let's face it, no one wants to run into their boss at the hotel fitness center.
Isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? But I love that you're doing this. And I know we talked about this a little bit in the last episode, but people are willing to pay for this, right? I'm willing to pay, number one, for the convenience, but you're absolutely right. Sometimes going down into the hotel gym, you never know who you're going to run into, or up the elevator after you're working out and maybe not looking your best, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I really do think, the Peloton clientele too, I mean, they are driven, they like the routine, and having that available to them in the guest room, I'm sure was a driving force behind this, was it not?
Yeah, I think, our members are extremely passionate. They want to continue their streak, and they want to guarantee that streak. I think the other thing is, we know not every fitness center can fit, 20 pieces of cardio equipment. And so this in-room amenity creates more capacity for your guests to engage in their wellness. And so as a Peloton member, you want to make sure that even if you're looking to only do 20 minutes on the bike, that you can guarantee that, because you don't want to lose your streak.
And I've experienced that. There is one of my brands that has a property in DC that is outfitted with several of the Peloton bikes in room. And I just so happened to luck into getting one of these rooms. I don't even know how I got one, but I lucked into getting one. And they say the most difficult part of getting to the gym is opening the door, right, to the gym. And this just really removed a barrier for me when I was a little earlier in my fitness journey, because all I had to do was open my eyes and walk across the room, and there the bike was, waiting for me. And then, I also flipped the tablet over to the other side and did a quick strength training program without any weights or anything like that. So it was really easy and turnkey to complete a quick workout before I got into my day. Absolutely love the
Amazing.
experience.
I'm so glad that you had that. And I think too, for business travelers, if you're at a conference, you might only have 15 or 20 minutes as a downtime. And so making sure that you can squeeze that workout in is imperative to bringing your best self to that event.
I agree. Man, Dorien, I feel like she's talking right to us, right? We are that clientele. Now, we talked about in-room access, right? But how is Peloton helping hotels and resorts create more luxurious, wellness-forward spaces today? And we also talked about Peloton being innovative. So looking into the future, how's Peloton going to shape the wellness experience over, let's just say, the next 5 years?
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about it a bunch, but we know that wellness has been sewn into the fabric of the travel industry, and guests expect it. So to ensure we're meeting our members everywhere, we've launched new ways to engage with Peloton throughout their stay. In the near term, we've continued to see growth of this in-room wellness offering, where properties can outfit their rooms with Peloton equipment paired with accessories, and to allow guests private access to focus on their well-being on and off equipment, as you mentioned, Dorien. We also have what a lot of folks don't realize is Peloton does have sleep and meditation content. So if you have one of those wellness rooms, you can also use Peloton content with your recovery and relaxation routine as well.
I had no idea.
Yeah. And then more recently, we've introduced this concept called Peloton Spaces. So this initiative works with commercial partners to create immersive co-branded workout areas within properties that allows exercisers to engage in cross-training workouts completely powered by Peloton. So these spaces really elevate the value of the wellness amenities for operators, many of whom can actually turn underutilized space into a premium marketable wellness experience. So you don't have to wait for your next renovation cycle to be able to uplift your fitness and wellness amenities with this concept. Now, in the longer term, health span is really coming to the forefront of wellness, the wellness conversation. We're seeing a sizable shift between guests and travelers who no longer want to hit their short-term fitness goals. They want to feel better longer. And research does show that to maximize health span, you need to be doing at least 2 hours of cardio a week and strength training for at least 2 days a week. So we know this mix and match of cardio and strength is going to be really critical to the well-being habits of folks that want to improve their health span. And this is exactly why we're positioning ourselves as the ultimate health span partner. To support that, we've introduced our Pro Series, which has that swivel screen technology, Dorien, that you interacted with at your last hotel stay, where guests can transition instantly from a ride, run, or row to strength, boot camp, or even yoga on the floor. So whether it's a high intensity class in the Peloton space or a sleep meditation in a guest room, we're really providing tools for guests to maintain their routine on the road and leave their travels feeling better than when they arrived.
I know one way that you didn't mention that Peloton could really expand its footprint in the next 5 years. Are you ready for this, Courtney?
I'm
Melissa,
taking notes.
are you ready?
Let
I'm
me
here
hear it.
for it.
Peloton content offered in your seat back chair on your flight.
Oh my, okay, Dorien, you're getting crazy.
I love it. Then you might, although this could have an adverse effect, we might have more galley yogis in the future. So we'll take that under consideration, Dorien. I love it.
That's hilarious. Can we take a Peloton piece of equipment as a carry-on? Just set it up in the galley?
We do find that people are putting them on yachts and things, so why not private jets?
Oh, that is awesome. I would like to also quickly add though, because my interaction and Melissa, you as well, because we've been at these events together. I mean, we've been at a few events where Peloton has either sponsored or has attended, and you guys are releasing equipment and things that are expanding your line and are really meaningful to your guests. And you just released your new Peloton bike, which I had the chance to run on back in October, and a lot of my clients are like, Dorien, when are you going to send me that bike? And I tell them I never committed to sending you that bike. In fact, I would be first in line for that treadmill. Sorry, I would be first in line for that treadmill, and not you. But anyway, I just have to thank you guys for continuing to be forward thinking, and not just your product line, but how your products work, and how intentional you are with ensuring ease of access and just the helpfulness of the product.
Yeah, we're so excited to bring the tread to the commercial setting, and you should be seeing lots more of those in your travels over the next year.
Fantastic. Well, that is our time for today. So Courtney, thank you for joining us on Meet in the Lobby.
Thank you guys. This was so much fun.
Thanks for meeting with us today. Interested in becoming a member of Avendra's procurement services? Scan the QR code on the screen or visit us at www.avendra.com to inquire. To learn more about Avendra International and the latest hospitality news and trends, follow us on LinkedIn at Avendra International. Meet in the Lobby is a production from Avendra International. Special thanks to our executive producers Dorien Murphy, Melissa McCormack, Corey Moriarty, Eleanor Waddell, and Lindsay Garbachik, and our production partners, Market Scale. To learn more, click the link in the description.